This is Nick the Quick, and we are here with the opening show of the season on high school football. And this year we're actually on the wrap-down side of it, where the state tournaments are going on and all the conference championships have been played. And I have my man Dave Scarpa, the analyst with all the information. And Dave, take it away. Who are you going to start us off with?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a little different. We're instead of being in the beginning of the season like normal, we're as usual, but we're at the end of the season. So you know, we're gonna work. We'll have to work backwards, I guess, this year. But yeah, it's been a very interesting year. We're winding down. There's only a few teams left in the group playoffs for group championships. So that's where we're at now at this point in the season. But we're gonna start off with our number one team, and that's Red Bank Catholic. They're 9-1. They come out of the American Division. They are non-public B, number one in non-public B. They beat Holy Spirit 35-21, and now they're going to play DePaul next at MetLife for the overall non-public B championship. So that's our number one team. They are they're led by senior running back Lorenzo Portella, senior wide receiver, real good one, Emmanuel Ross, junior quarterback Frankie Williams, and senior linebacker Devin Booten. So they're definitely living up to the hype with that number one.
Now, their one loss, was that in conference?
No, that was to one of
Bergen Catholic.
Bergen Catholic, who beat just about everybody. They're ranked number one in the state, but they're in non-public A. Red Bank Catholic, on the other hand, is in non-public B. So playoff time, they don't have to play them again.
So Red Bank Catholic is in a smaller numbers division.
Well, yeah, and that's something that's been, you know, tossed around as whether that's should be happening or not. Considering our number two team, Donovan Catholic, has to play non-public A. So I always thought that was a little bit reversed. Red Bank Catholic is in non-public B, and Donovan Catholic is in non-public A. They lost to the number one team, like we said, the number one team in the state, Bergen Catholic, this weekend. So they're done. They're 9-3, but they lost to all really, you know, top notch.
Did they play North?
They played North and they beat North.
They beat North.
They beat North. So the two losses that Toms River North has are one was to Donovan Catholic, and the other being lost to Red Bank Catholic.
Oh, so they lost to two non-publics.
Yeah, so they're not even going to win. They're not even going to win the A division. However, they could win with the next game. They could win the group state championship without winning their own division.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of amazing things that we're going to talk about with Toms River North. And they're number 3 right now because they did get beat by both Red Bank Catholic and Donovan Catholic. So they're 11-2. They're also in the American Division with Red Bank Catholic and Donovan Catholic. They're South Jersey Group 5. They beat Cherokee 33-6, gave them a good beating. And now they're going to play the same team they played last year and beat in the finals of the Group 5, and that's Passaic Tech, and they're going to play them at Rutgers.
What is it with North? They must have some great players.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at North behind the scenes. I do know, just from, you know, not my opinion, but I have talked to coaches at East, I've talked to coaches at South. They're not happy about what's going on with North and how they're 5 divisions higher than both East and South, and they're beating them 60 and 70 to nothing. And then, that's before the game's even over, because the game goes into, they stop the running clock goes on, and it could be a lot worse. So what's happening is the parents at South and East are very upset because they're not playing by the same rules as North. In Tom's River, they have something they call academy, and all that academy really means is that if you're real good in math, you go to, say, East. If you're real good in science, you go to, like, South. If you're real good in football or sports, you go to North. But this is why the parents at South and East are they're livid. Why do they play North, who's 5 divisions higher, and get beat 60 to 70 to nothing every year when they're not playing by the same rules? Also, the NJSIAA has kind of abandoned, checking players
numbers
for where they live and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They don't do that anymore. So it's been running rampant for a while. I think they need to stop the North playing East and South, because it's a travesty what's going on, beating them 60.
Well, nobody wants tradition anymore. The tradition is out then.
I'm sorry.
They don't want the tradition. North always played East, North always played South.
I don't think there's much of a tradition going on anymore. It's more of a destruction than a tradition, So and I don't blame the parents at East and South for feeling this way, because they're not playing by the same rules, So that's where we're at, Tom's River North.
Tell me a good player on North. I hear the guys are talking about.
Oh my goodness, they got a quarterback who's really more of a runner than a thrower. Not bad quarterback at passing. But my goodness, when he takes off with the ball, he's a sight to behold. So North had 8 returners on offense, 8 returners on defense. They were 14-0 last season. The Toms River North quarterback that you're talking about, his name is Micah Ford. He is finally a senior, because he's been ripping it up for 4 years. He is probably the best player in the Shore, maybe the best player in the state. From what I understand, he's going to be going to Stanford next year.
That's a great school.
Yeah, they got great players. They got senior defensive back Tariq Council. I don't know how many interceptions he had last week. Another senior defensive back, Jeremiah Pruitt. So if you take Council, Ford, and Pruitt and just use them in your defensive backfield, it's going to be tough to throw the ball.
Does this fella, the quarterback, play defense too?
Oh yeah. Not like when I was coaching, they would never let me use the quarterback on defense. But yeah, that's the way that's the way it goes. But they let them play on defense. I like that. But I wrote up the divisions for you, so you can see that American division is the top division, and Toms River North is in that division. And then if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions lower, you get to the Liberty division, and you got East and South 5 divisions lower.
Wow.
So they, should they be playing each other? I don't know.
No, that's different.
It's not right, Because what are you doing to these kids on North and East? What do you do? I mean, on South and East, what are you doing to them when they know they're going to get 60 to nothing? What's the sense?
And South had a pretty good year.
South had a good year in their division, which is 5 divisions lower.
5 low, and they were 5-0 in the division.
And they made the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, that was good for them, but you got to remember who they played. They played Pinelands, Neptune, Monmouth, Central, and East, all teams that I would have to say they're not traditionally, winning programs. So yeah, I don't want to take anything away from South because they did a great job, and they beat who they had to. They beat the teams that were put in front of them. So yeah, they did a good job. Good job.
Well, you can only beat those on your schedule.
You can only
Rave.
Right, you can only beat the teams on your schedule.
I mean, if they put other teams on, you play them, right?
Right. It's not that I have a problem with. I have more of a problem with the schedule itself, and who they're playing. But certainly not their fault. I'm thinking, North maybe shouldn't be playing these guys out of conference, Yeah.
All right, who you got next?
All right, we got number 4 coming up, and that's Point Borough. Your Point Borough.
All right, I'm by Burrow. I got this
Borough
shirt,
guys.
and I got the hat. My grandson's school, John Ward, and
Yep.
they got a pretty good quarterback, Matt.
Oh yeah. He's a real good one. Matt Oliphant. He's an all-shore quarterback, good running back, all-shore running back, and Jay Croce. All-shore guard, Charles Davison, all-county kicker punter in Braden for far. We saw him. We thought highly of him as well. But yeah, they're a very, very good Group 2 team. They're Central Jersey Group 2. They finished the season at 9-2 in the Colonial Division, which is only one division off of the American. So they're in the second division. They lost, type 1 to Willingboro, 26-21. So they've been eliminated from Central Jersey Group 2.
And I heard that Willingboro has a fantastic quarterback, too. I don't know, did you see them?
Jamal Best, yeah.
Yeah, how was he? Good?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Okay.
He's only a sophomore.
Like Tanya said, the first play of the game, he threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Okay. And he's a sophomore. So yeah, that's good stuff. But yeah, we were very impressed. We saw Burrow a couple of times this season. We were very impressed with the quarterback, Oliphant. He could not only throw the ball very well, but he ran some option and he took off with the ball and ran the ball exceptionally well.
Well, the academies won him, Rave.
Okay.
Army and Navy both won him.
Okay. He's a
As a triple threat, right?
Yes.
Triple
Yeah.
threat
Oh, yeah.
offense.
Yeah, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was another kid that played quarterback for Burrow a little while back that went to like Air Force or something. I forget his name.
I know Zeke Daniels, St. John Vianney went to Air Force.
Yeah, but there was a kid from quarterback
Yeah, I
a
can't,
while back.
I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah, I just know that because I know his mother, so I know he was the quarterback at Burrow and went to. But yeah, they seem to get kids that want to go, into the military, into the academies, which is a great thing. So good for him. 5 spot, we got Rumson.
Rumson's in the States.
Rumson's still in. They are not done. They are 8-4 because they played, tough teams in that American division. So
Well, they played Burrow.
yeah,
Burrow beat him, I know that.
Yes.
Because my whole gang was there. You
Yeah.
did that one too?
Did that one.
Was that close or
48-28 or something was? Yeah. They won.
a lot of scoring?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going away.
What do you like about Rumson?
This is what they're not to like about Rumson. They had 4 all-shore players, and Owen O'Toole, the quarterback, is a real good one. Senior running back Alistair Orr. I mean, he's enough said. He's a player. So yeah, they're good. Defensive tackle Cooper Bunnell, and wide receiver Nick Rigby. So offensively, they're a juggernaut. And they're still in it. I mean, they're South Jersey Group 2,
Yeah, they beat Willingboro.
and they're still playing there. They beat Willingboro 35-28, and they're still in it. And next they will face Westwood at Rutgers.
They beat the team that beat Burrow?
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, they're a good team. They're a good program. So now we got Middletown South next. Middletown South, they lost their share of games, but they're playing in that, also in that American division, top division. They're only 4-5, but they made the playoffs because of the caliber of opponents that they
Strength of schedule.
Yeah, exactly. American division, South Jersey Group 4, they got into the playoffs with a 4-5, and they lost to Shawnee, 35-21. Gave them a good game. So yeah, they're a team that's always mentioned. They always come ready to play. They're a good program.
They've been good for years, though.
Yes, in many years.
All the way back to the gentleman.
No matter who was the coach, they were always winning.
No Sean.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta admire that. Now, the next couple of teams are teams that we don't normally mention. These two teams kind of came from nowhere and all of a sudden are playing very well. And that's number 7, Marlboro, at 8-3. They're in the Freedom Division, South Jersey Group 5. They went to 2 overtimes with Cherokee and end up losing 19-13 to a good Cherokee team that eventually Toms River North beat. So if Marlboro had beaten Cherokee, they would have played Toms River North instead of Cherokee.
Oh boy,
So yeah, that might be a blessing.
that's
But,
a
yeah,
blessing.
You don't really think of Marlboro associated with
No,
football.
not with football.
But yeah, they had a great season. So yeah, hats off to Marlboro. They had a good kicker in Luke Rubin, running back Matt Cassidy, quarterback was Braden Klein. Threw a lot of touchdown passes. He had a great season. And he was running back and Matt Cassidy. So yeah, good program. They really played very well this season. Number 8 is another team that we don't really associate it with top-notch football. But at 9-1, we couldn't pass them up. That's Homedale.
Homedale.
9-1.
Oh my goodness.
They're Central Jersey Group 3. They come out of the Constitution Division. They lost their last game in Group 3 to Camden, 21-7.
Camden. Are they in the States?
Delsey beat them.
Does he beat them?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with number 8, Homedale. Good quarterback in Jack Cannon. So yeah, they're a team you don't really associate with football, but they've been playing well. Number 9 is another 6-5 team out of the Colonial Division, Central Jersey Group 4. That's Long Branch. They lost finally to Winslow 41-7, but we did their playoff game with Brick Memorial, and Brick Memorial was 10-0 at the time.
Yeah, I know they have one loss.
Yeah, well, the one loss was the game we were at. That was against Long Branch.
Oh, okay.
So Long Branch beat them, but you got to remember, Long Branch is in the Colonial Division. Brick Memorial played down in the Independence Division. So even though they were 10-0 and Long Branch was only 4-5 at the time, we all thought that Long Branch had a good chance of winning.
You did.
Because they were
Played a tougher schedule.
Division.
The usual.
Right. So yeah, Long Branch, good. Maybe they're hot and cold this year. They were definitely hot. Good linebacker, Colin Gallagher. We talked about him. Jake Ezekiel. No, wrong one. No, I got the wrong one. But anyway, yeah, Middletown South. Oh, that's number 4, Middletown South. Yeah, I'm sorry. It ended up under Long Branch. But yeah, They had a good one. Then we got lost to Winslow.
Yeah, quarterback there at Greavy.
Yeah, Greavy. Number 10 was Brick Memorial, who was 10-0 going into that Long Branch game. But they did, of course, make the playoffs, and that was it. They lost to Long Branch 21-7. So they were eliminated in that one. We have 3 teams still fighting for state championships from the Shore Conference. We have Toms River North at 11-2 in the rematch with 13-0 Passaic Tech in Group 5.
What was the score last year?
28-7.
28-7. So, yeah, they're going to play a rematch. Rumson in Group 2 will be playing Westwood at Rutgers, and number 1 Red Bank Catholic will play DePaul in non-public bid. So those three teams are still battling it out for,
So would you say, in your opinion, because at the beginning of the year you make guesses upon who's going to do what,
Right.
Would you say we had a pretty good year?
I'd say that, except for Marlboro and Homedale, but right from the get-go, we picked, Brick Memorial. We picked Red Bank Catholic, Donovan Catholic, and Toms River North, and I went back and forth on the order of those 3 teams, but those 3 teams were always the top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah. And then Point Borough was always just outside of that. So it ended up with those 4 teams really in the top, and of course Rumson. So yeah, it was Red Bank Catholic, Donovan Catholic, Toms River North, Point Borough, and Rumson that were, vying for that top deal.
Is there anybody that is in the state rankings in our divisions? Like in the top 10?
Oh yeah, Red Bank Catholic is what are they? They might be number 1 number 2 in the state after Bergen Catholic. So yeah, Red Bank Catholic is way up there. They're probably in all likelihood going to win, the B division in the non-public.
You see them as the winner?
In all likelihood, I think they'll win that.
North ranked tight too.
You see North as the winner?
North will be the favorite. Rumson maybe not the favorite.
In your opinion, Dietz, so you felt we had a good season, as the Shore always does.
Yes.
And there were just a few surprises.
Right.
But basically the rest of the teams were where you thought they would have been if we would have picked the beginning of the season.
Yes. I mean, if I go back and look at, off the top of my head, I don't remember all of them, but we picked, I picked the top 10 from, preseason and week 1, and most of those teams are still, survived it, except a couple, and then the Marlboros and the Homedales, we weren't anticipating.
Off the charts.
Yeah, we weren't anticipating those guys.
And is there any reason why they improved so much? They get a new coach, or
Who's that?
Homedale and Marlboro?
I don't think they have a new coach, as far as I know.
Or just that their program just
They
had
were starting to, look a little better last season. Same thing with Marlboro. They were just outside of that top. So with the returning players they had, that good nucleus, they both made it back in, and they both made it into the playoffs this season. So.
Do you think anybody can ever beat the Catholic schools up north like the Bergen Catholics and them?
Well, the only teams I think that could beat the Catholic schools up north are the Catholic schools down this way, RBC and Donovan Catholic have shown that they're just outside that realm.
Are they close?
Oh yeah. They're close, except for maybe, how do you beat Bergen Catholic, but they beat DePaul and stuff, they beat those teams. So yeah, it's getting closer every year.
What's the team that the kid now quarterbacks the Giants came from Jersey? Tommy DeVito? Don Bosco. They're always a powerhouse too, right?
And you got the kid from Steelers. That's a short conference
Pickett.
kid. Yeah, he played for Ocean
Plays for Ocean, right?
and went to played at Pitt.
Well, you know, the thing of it is that we've got a lot of talent down here, but I don't think it all stays in state. But
Bill, that's the problem.
your Rutgers is going to get into a bowl. What's the story there?
Yeah, well, it's disappointing, sometimes that some of the better players don't stay home and play at Rutgers. I always encourage the kids to stay home and play at Rutgers. I mean, if you look at what's going on at Rutgers, I mean, they're getting better and better every year. I mean, it won't be long before they beat Penn State. I truly believe that in a year or two they're going to beat Penn State. So.
You got the gut feeling there
Oh yeah.
that they can take them.
I think it won't be long.
I thought.
You got the better coaches at Rutgers than Penn State, that's for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what. You have a situation there where the first half against Penn State, the first half against Ohio State,
Right.
they were close.
Oh yeah, they played them tough.
They played them tough.
Yeah, they're a scrappy team.
Their defense was tough, and it's. I think in the second half they wear down a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Numbers versus the number of talent we have. We have one good unit, and maybe Penn State has 1.5 good units.
Well, we're young too. We got young running back, we got young quarterback. So I think it's just a matter of time before we. Shiano is probably one of the best coaches in that league in the Big Ten. So yeah, I think he's starting to get some players.
All right, Dave. Great show once again. You carry it, and you're the man. And remember, kids, just don't go out and watch a game on television or watch it on the in the stands. Get out and participate. Play the game. Get out and try a couple flag football games. And it's tough to play tackle, but you can get out and play flag. Don't forget to participate. Nick Quick signing off, and see you next week.